Sue, I don't want any soup. I am not hungry. Now there are only 4 leaves left. I want to see the last one fall before it gets dark. Then I will sleep forever, right? Sue sat on Johnson's bed. When Sue hears all of this from the mouth of Johnson, she again gets very worried and she sits where on Johnson's bed. She kissed her and said, "You are not going to die. I can't draw the curtain, for I need the light. I want to finish the painting and get some money for us." "No, Jonesy, you will not go anywhere. You are not going to sleep forever. Nothing will be to you. I am very sure, and very soon I will make money finishing this painting, and then we both have some money for us, and there will be no problem, Jonesy. So please, I assure you, and be positive. We both shall live together, and you will be also recovered. Please, my dear friend," she begged Jonesy. So here we find the character of Sue, that how much caring she is, how much she loves Jonesy, her friend, and she only and only wants her to get cured, to get recovered. "Promise not to look out of the window while paint. Please, Jonesy, only focus on my painting. I am painting here, and till then, promise me that you will not look at the window, at the creeper. You will only look at this painting." So this is being said by Sue to Jonesy. "All right, finish your painting soon, for I want to see the last leaf fall." Again no reaction. Again no change in her attitude, in her approach towards life. "Okay, Sue, if you are saying so, but please just try to finish your painting as soon as possible, because I, with my own eyes, want to see the last leaf falling down. I'm tired of waiting." And just look at how much desirous she is to get death. She wants to die immediately, or she wants to die as soon as it may be possible. What she is saying, what Jonesy is saying, that I am tired of waiting. So this means that it depends on our thinking, and most of the disease, most of the illness, they can never be cured only because of our negative approach towards life. So I am tired of waiting. What she is waiting for? She is waiting only for the last leaf falling down, and she wants it to fall down as soon as it may be possible. So I am tired of waiting. I have to die. She is not saying that I have to live. What she is saying, I have to die. So this is the difference between optimism and pessimism, the positive attitude and the negative attitude. What she is saying, what she is thinking, what she is reacting, what she is feeling, each and everything is completely negative. She doesn't have any hope in her heart, hope, desire, will to remain in this world, but she just wants to die at any cost. And now her hope, her life is only and only based only on that last leaf. I have to die, so let me go away peacefully, like one of those poor, tired leaves. Poor, tired leaves. So here Jonesy, she's thinking of herself like one of them, like one of those tired leaves, because she's also tired of this life, she's also tired of this illness, but in actually she's tired of her negative thinking. She's tired of her pessimism, of her this thinking that there is no life ahead now for her. So let me go away peacefully, like one of those poor, tired leaves. Try to sleep, said Sue. I have to paint an old miner. I will call Bayman up to be my model. Please, Chauncey, try to understand. You just try to have some sleep to feel better until I have to make this painting, and I am going to paint an old miner. And for that, for painting, for that I need a model, and my model will be our neighbor Bearman. Okay, Bearman is another character, and now here we are going to be introduced with this character Bearman. Who is Bearman? Bearman is the model of Sue. He is an old painter, or he is an old man, and he is the neighbor of Sue and Johnsy, and he lives downstairs. Sue rushed down. Bearman lived on the ground floor. He was a 60 years old painter. Okay, Bearman, he was a 60-year-old painter, and he was the neighbor of Johnsy and Sue, and he lives where? Downstairs on the ground floor. His lifelong dream was to paint a masterpiece. It was the dream of Bearman, only that he wanted to paint what? A masterpiece. So Bearman, their neighbor, he always carried a dream in his heart to paint a masterpiece. But that had remained a dream, but that was only a dream, that was only a desire of Bearman, because since now he couldn't have fulfilled this desire, or he couldn't get this success, that is, he couldn't make by now his masterpiece. So by now it was only the dream of Bearman. Sue poured out her worries to Bearman. So whatever was in the heart of Sue, the worries, that she was getting so hopeless looking at the condition of Johnsy, that she couldn't control her feelings. And now she shared this with whom? With Bearman. She poured out, she just opens her heart. She shared each and everything, and she tells this to whom? To Bearman. She told him how Johnsy was convinced that she would die when the last leaf fell. And now Sue, she tells everything to Bearman, that Johnsy, she was convinced, and she was very sure that she would also die when the last leaf fell. Is she stupid? How can she be so foolish? Asked Bearman. What nonsense! How much stupid she is! How can she talk just like this? He was also very shocked to hear all of this, or to know all of this, the thinking of Johnsy, that now her all hope was depending only on the last leaf. So Bearman, he was also very surprised, or he was also very shocked. She is running a high temperature, complained Sue. She refuses to eat or drink, and that worries me a lot. Johnsy, she was having fever, and now she had no appetite, she had no desire to eat or to drink, and that was making Sue very worried. She was getting tensed looking at the condition of Johnsy, being as a friend. I will come with you and see Johnsy, Bearman said. Okay, Sue, don't worry. I will just try to help you. I will come to meet whom? To see whom? Johnsy. They tiptoed into the room. Johnsy was sleeping. Sue drew the curtains together, and they went to the next room. She peeped out through the window. There was only one leaf. Now at that time when Johnsy was sleeping on her bed, Bearman and Sue, what they both found, that there was only one leaf left on the creeper, and this was the last leaf. This means that now they, no doubt, because it was a stormy night, and this last leaf is also going to fall down. And when our Jonesy, when she will get up, or when she gets up in the morning, what she will find? That there was no last leaf. So she will also die. There was only one leaf on the creeper. It was raining heavily and an icy cold wind was blowing. It was raining heavily, it was snowing very heavily, and now there was no hope of that last leaf on the creeper, that it can remain there. There was no hope even in the heart of Behmen and Sue, because it was natural. If there were 100 leaves and now there is no even a single, there is only one leaf and there are no any other leaf out of this, so this means that it is also coming down very soon. It seemed as though the leaf would fall any minute now, and at any time this last leaf can also come down. Behmen did not say a word. He went back to his room. And now look at the reaction of Behmen when he looks at the window and he finds that there was only left one last leaf. He doesn't say even a single word to Sue. He simply leaves the room and he goes back to his room. Jonesy woke up next morning. Now our Jonesy, she gets up next morning in a feeble voice. She was also very sure somewhere that now there must be not even a single leaf on the creeper. And she was feeling very weak. Even her voice was also very feeble. It was also very weak. She asked Sue to draw the curtain. Jonesy was so sure not to find even a single leaf on the creeper that she immediately asks her friend Sue to draw the curtains so that she may look at the creeper whether there is any leaf there or not. Now Sue, just look at the condition of Sue, what happens with her, because she was also very sure that there must be no any leaf. Sue was nervous. She drew back the curtains very reluctantly. She didn't want to do that, but she was helpless because she had to follow Jonesy. She drew back the curtains very reluctantly, and now what was the reaction of Sue? Oh, Sue exclaimed as she looked at the vine creeper. Look, there is still one leaf on the creeper. And Sue, she was also very happy. She was also so hopeful that thanks God there is left one leaf on the creeper. It looks quite green and healthy, and the leaf was not pale, it was not dark, it was not tired, but it was looking so green and so healthy. So these are the symbol of life, and this is the symbol that now that last leaf will never come down, because it remained on the creeper throughout the stormy or windy night when it was raining. In spite of the storm and the fierce winds, it did not fall. Sue was also very surprised that how can it be? How can there remain this last leaf in spite of the heavy storm, in spite of the heavy wind? The last leaf did not fall. So how it can survive? It can be there. So Sue, she was very happy and she was also very surprised. I heard the wind last night, said Jonesy. I thought it would have fallen. It will surely fall today, then I will die. Oh, I heard the wind last night. What Jonesy says that I also heard that it was raining very heavily and it was a stormy night and the wind was blowing very hard last night, and I was also sure that this last leaf will come down, it will fall. But I am also very sure that if not in the night, but today it will come down. And because it will come down, so I'll also die. Still she is very sure that still she is also waiting for death, and she is very sure that this last leaf cannot survive for a long time because of the stormy stormy autumn season, and it will also come down, and then she will die. You won't die, said Sue energetically. You have to live for your friends. What would happen to me if you die? No, Chauncey, please don't say this. You are not going anywhere. You are not going to leave me. How can you leave your friends? You have to live for your friends because we need you. We all love you. And just think of this, Chauncey. What will take place with me if you are not there? What will I do without you? So please, Chauncey, don't talk like this because I am sure you won't die. Chauncey smiled weakly and closed her eyes.